Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you live from beautiful Budapest, situated on the two banks of the Danube River. I hope everybody is having a fantastic weekend so far and looking forward to a great week ahead. Hi Jaspreet, hi Mohit, hi Juna, hi Being, hi Yanvi. Good to see many students in the class. We are focusing on speaking part 3, some challenging questions, and looking to give those nice high band 9 answers. Hi Preeti and hi Preeti are two members in the class as well. Hi Flower Sun. Students, while we wait for some of your peers to join up, a little bit about us. This lesson is brought to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS help. Check us out at aehelp.com. For general IELTS, do visit us at gieltshelp.com. On both of these websites, we have over 100 hours of HD video lessons to help you with all sections of the exam: listening, reading, writing, speaking, with strategies and tips, as well as 6 original practice exams and a fully interactive course for your phone, tablet, PC. This is aehelp.com here. Click that red button to join us there. And for the general IELTS, gieltshelp.com, green background. Click that red button to join us there. If you have questions, students, send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com. I will gladly get back to you as quickly as I can. And if you like physical books for your studies, you can get paperback books from Amazon. A helps academic IELTS, G helps general IELTS. Today, speaking part 3. No classes tomorrow and on Tuesday, and I will be back on Wednesday with more classes. So I'll put that schedule up on the channel bulletin board so everybody can see it there. Okay, so we will have classes on Wednesday, but no classes tomorrow or on Tuesday. Students, this is a speaking class, so make sure to speak and repeat. Speak as much as possible and repeat. Repeat both the answers and the questions. Okay, so oftentimes students don't practice questions enough, so make sure to repeat the questions as well. Netzmetzin Turan, I enabled your phone number. Just be really careful not to share sensitive or personal information if you're looking for a speaking partner. Eugen, I'm doing great. I'm just as happy as those emojis that you've put up there. All right. So here we go, students. Part 3 follows part 2. It's the last part of the speaking section. So you just got finished with your cue card, okay? The examiner will say, that's the end of your 2 minutes, your time is up. Please pass back the card with the questions, the note paper, the pencil, pen. And now we will continue with part 3. For part 3, I will ask you more questions related to the topic of part 2. Anybody remember what the part 2 topic was this week that we covered? We did that, was that yesterday? I think that was yesterday, part 2. Anybody remember what the part 2 topic was that was in class yesterday? What did we talk about? Hi, Exnan. Flower Sun says project. That wasn't it, Flower Sun. It wasn't a project. Kyber Jan says it was a person. Ziad says a project. Hi, Carolina. It was not a project that you did with someone else. The topic was the person. Remember, students? It was a person who you worked with on a project. So again, that's what I was emphasizing yesterday, is you have to focus on the person. A person you did a project with. Okay, that was the cue card, not the project. All right. Okay, everyone, so keep that in mind as we go through the questions for part 3. Again, remember that to get high band scores, here's a tip. You have to, or you should, link your part 3 responses with your part 2 response. Okay, so make connections. And earlier in the week for speaking part 1, I said that if you want a high band score, you need to make sure that you have 3 important elements in your answers. Anybody remember what that is? So what 3 aspects should you include into your answers to get those high band scores? When we looked at part 1 earlier in the week, I talked about that. Anybody remember? What was that? What should you focus to have? Okay, what are the 3 parts or 3 aspects in your answers that you need to focus on? Okay, so this is a reminder. You should always be thinking Kate Kyber says, a clear answer, explain, example. Yeah, that's right. That was it. So clear answer, explain, example. Carolina says, paraphrase, use the question in your answer, explain, example. That's right. So answer, explain, example. You need those. All right, let's get into some questions and then we will explore and expand these tips a little bit more. Let's talk about project management. So the examiner will introduce this idea and then they'll get into that first question. Which personality traits are the most important for successful project completion? Okay, so give me a nice full answer for this one. Which personality traits are most important for successful project completion? Give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. Yexton, I really like your previous answer to my question. Reflect grammar answer, explain with quantitative information, and an example from real life. That's right. Okay. So, hey, if the question's a bit quick and you're not sure, you can always say that's a very important question. Please allow me a moment to think of an appropriate response. Okay, it's okay to do that. Carolina says the most essential skills for successful project completion are leadership, problem solving, and delegation. Beautiful, Carolina. All of these traits empower a team to achieve a goal. Very nice, Carolina. Very, very nice. I like it. That's a band 9 answer, Carolina. Say that nice and smooth and you're doing great. Okay. Yexton, optimism is the noun. So a person has to be an optimist or optimism is a key trait. Okay. Ferdov says essential features for good project management are creativity, hard work, and punctuality, as these are crucial for success. Very nice, Ferdovs. Again, students, remember, speak and repeat. I am reading and correcting these student responses in real time. Amrit Bogan, the main attributes for an individual to have a successful project can be organization, leadership, and time management. That's nice, Amrit. One more time, I'm going to read yours, see if I can get it closer. Amrit says the main attributes important in an individual, or important for an individual to have for successful project completion are organization, leadership, and time management. Charlie, careful with your words. I think punctuality is the #1 personality trait beside patience and good problem-solving skills. for completing projects. Don't lose the target of the question, Charlie. It's completing a project, okay? But you says personalities like good communication skills, planning, and some soft skills are important qualities which are required for successful project completion. Okay, nice answers, students. I'm not sure if you were preparing for that question, but definitely some great answers. Tamir Khan Kalmurzaev says, to succeed in any joint project, everyone in the group must be conscientious and reliable. And of course, there must be a leader to coordinate the members. Tamir Khan, very nice. Okay, Kyber says, well, I think above all others, both patience and hard work are vital for a person to have in order to complete projects successfully. Pure Agnes says, no doubt that honesty and clarity are essential skills in terms of a good route in any business when working on projects or when collaborating on projects. Okay, nice. Sakyani Kwasimov says, I think patience is the most necessary skill because for doing a project successfully, a person can manage patience. Another important feature is discipline and hard work. Okay, careful with your word choices. Well done, students. So, key attributes that individuals should possess for successful project completion are critical thinking, punctuality, goal orientation, and hard work. With these, any obstacle can be overcome, like my IELTS preparation with Mike. Anybody remember that part 2 that we were talking about Mike and working together with Mike on my study project to get that band 9 in the IELTS exam? That's what we covered earlier. And remember, that was my first tip for today, right? Is to get a high band, you should try to link some of your part 3 responses with your part 2 response. So here is my answer. Repeat after me, students. Which personality traits are the most important for successful project completion? Key attributes that individuals should possess for successful project completion are critical thinking, punctuality, goal orientation, and hard work. With these, any obstacle can be overcome, like my IELTS preparation with Mike. Okay? All right, students, and then you will have a follow-up question. Can you elaborate? Okay, so what should you say if the examiner at this point asks you, can you elaborate? Okay, so can you elaborate? Give me a nice answer for that. Charlie Sen says, sure. What I'm trying to say by punctuality is to finish the project on time. In my master's, I submitted my project late, though it was great, but as I submitted it late, I got a penalty. Right, Charlie Sen, very good. I like how you elaborated with that example. Ferdov says, yeah, as I mentioned in part 2, we had success with my coworker Mike because of his creative thinking, hard work, and being punctual throughout the period. Without these traits, we wouldn't have been able to achieve my desired band score. Very nice, Ferdovs. I love how you expanded the example with those traits. That's good. Carolina says, sure, at work, I've led many successful projects that had some issues during the process, but at the end, everything was resolved by the team members, like I said in part 2. Very nice, Carolina. Carolina, speak, 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 okay? Lots of talking. Talk, talk, talk. I hope you're still keeping up with some of your speaking partners. Same with the other members that got some speaking partners through the YouTube channel. Make sure that you talk as much as you can in the week, okay? Practice. All right. Amrit Bogan says, sure, if a person lacks any of these attributes, there can be a price to pay. Like I was not able to manage time in my last IELTS writing exams, which resulted in a lower band score. Okay, Amrit, that works. I like how relevant you kept that example. Rodriguez says, yes, certainly. As I said in part 2, Mike owns critical and creative thinking, which were imperative to achieve my goal to get band 9. Nice. Okay. E. Donater says, sure, in order to give an example of determination, I can mention my friend Turan. He is a bodybuilder and he has been working out for 4 years. Eventually achieved his goals this year in competition. E. Donater, nice. All right, good. Absolutely. As I had said in part 2, Mike's critical thinking skills were crucial when it came to explaining grammar and idioms in a variety of ways, so that I not only understood them, but am able to use them in both writing and speaking. Also, he was always punctual, so we got much done in the previous 3 months. Okay. So, yeah, absolutely, you got it, students. So using your examples to elaborate, and not saying for example or for instance, but just going right into it are great ways to do that. So repeat after me. Can you elaborate? Absolutely. As I had said in part 2, Mike's critical thinking skills were crucial when it came to explaining grammar and idioms in a variety of ways, so that I not only understood them, but am able to use them in both writing and speaking. Also, he was always punctual, so we got much done in the previous 3 months. Okay, nice, nice. Let's keep going. Students, if I'm a little bit fast, if you're having a little bit of trouble keeping pace with my fluency, no problem. Just go as fast as you can. And once this class is finished, the video will be on the channel so you can go back, review, repeat, and practice more. Okay? All right. Next question. What are some of the most important steps when starting a project? Okay. So what are some of the most important steps when starting a project? Give me a nice full sentence answer for that one. Okay. For Dobbs, Nabiev says, before starting any kind of project, there are 2 essential steps: critical thinking and good planning. Without these steps, there is no success. For Dobbs, nice. Okay, I like it. I like it. Yeah, it's good. Juna Pocarel says, before starting a project, we should plan and analyze the possible risks we may face. Why, Juna? Give me an explanation. Okay. To maximize our time or money, minimize our effort. Is that what you're thinking, Juna? Tell me that so I can give you more band scores. Okay. So answer, explain, example. Students, answer, explain, example. Taylor Reese says, to kickstart a project, we have to follow certain steps. In the industry, we call them SWOT, which stand for strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So we start by setting clear points and deadlines. Taylor, really nice. I like how you explained your acronym. Oftentimes, students will use acronyms with no explanation. Like they'll say, oh, I'm taking this IELTS exam to get my PR in Canada. PR? What do you mean? You're going to be the prime resident? Permanent residency visa. So it's a good idea to explain your acronyms. I like that, okay? So Reese said SWOT, which is the acronym for strength. Okay, so anytime you have multiple letters together, where each letter is a word, it's called an acronym in English. Okay. So, strengths, weaknesses. What were the other ones? Opportunities and threats. So SWOT. Sorry, not SWAT, SWOT. Okay. There. Opportunities and threats. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Right? That's an acronym. All right. So let's see a couple more, what some other students wrote. Yeah, always explain your acronyms. Same thing in task 2 writing, students. Explain your acronyms. Puda Agnes says, if a person would start a business project, it's important to do an overall economic study of the market needs and offer unique quality items with reasonable prices. Okay, Pure Agnes, I think you're reading into this question a little bit too much. Starting a project, it's not a business project, it's any project, okay? So, I think the most, or the critical measures to put in place when embarking on a project are planning and personnel management. What I mean is people must make sure that they assess the needs and parameters of the project and make sure that they have the correct or the right people working on it. Like choosing Mike to help me get ready for this exam. Okay, all right. So repeat after me. What are some of the most important steps when starting a project? I think the critical measures to put in place when embarking on a project are planning and personnel management. What I mean is people must make sure that they assess the needs and parameters of the project and make sure that they have the right people working on it, like choosing Mike to help me get ready for this exam. That's my argument. Always have the right people on the bus. It is the one single most important step for success in business and other projects. All right. Follow-up question, students. How about after finishing a project? So, always those follow-up questions in part 3. So what are some important steps when you start a project? And now the examiner, no surprise, asks you, how about after finishing a project? What are some important steps? All right. Juna says, after finishing the project, we should hand it over to a particular company or individuals who can support and monitor the project and maintain when required so that customer satisfaction is achieved. Yeah, careful students, projects aren't necessarily just for business. It could be for school as well. So don't overthink it, okay? Don't think too much. A project can be a school project. Ferdov says, after completing any project, there are also 2 steps. Pre-check the whole process and make a quality summary. These steps can help ensure and reduce any kind of mistakes in the future. All right. Pachuya Dov says, for finishing the project, people should work together as a team, brainstorm when the project is finished within a given time. It saves both time and money. Pachu, I think you're a little bit off topic with that answer. Charlie says, I think after finishing a project, the integral step is to recheck A to Z and analyze it, whether the purpose of the project was fulfilled or is fulfilled or not. Next, focusing on proper presentation is also important. All right, Charlie, that's good. Donator says, after completing a project, it is crucial to learn from past mistakes and correct them in order to specialize in any particular subject. Donator, I like that. That's a very clear, natural English answer, professional answer. All right, I can't read those Chinese characters, unfortunately, but I can read the English. In my perspective, reviewing the whole project is the most important step. It can help people know and highlight any shortcomings and strengths of the project. Sakwani Kwasimov says, from my opinion, when a project is finished, then paying attention to value are necessary, such as after doing my school project successfully, I want to get an excellent mark. Prince Chawan says, checking the project again to see if it has any problems, and after that, giving it to the right hands are essential upon completion. Carolina says, from my point of view, after completing a project, it's time to consider changes and revisions, focusing on the goals and the visions of the team, sitting down and writing a mission statement to identify the do's and don'ts in the next steps. Okay. Priti Yogi says, after finishing a project, one should pre-check the whole project and make sure their information is reliable and accurate. Very good. Reliability and validity are very important. You should probably check validity before you start. Yekstan. After completing the project, make sure to check that everything was done according to plan. If not, then fix it. In this way, you can retain credibility and ensure success. Yekstan. Finish that idea. It's not a complete idea. Okay, you can definitely give me a little bit more there. All right. Rajveer Singh says, after completing the project, people must match the outcomes with the expected results. This helps them to check the quality and other parameters which were planned for successful completion, like doing an audit. Very good. Nice vocabulary. Auditing the project. Yeah. So it's highly advisable to audit the project once it is completed and compare the expectations to the outcomes. Then identify the steps and individuals responsible for the merits and shortcomings of the completed goal so as to reflect and implement improvements for future work. This is exactly what Mike and I are planning to do once I get my results from this exam. Okay, don't forget about Mike and I and the project. Okay. So repeat after me. How about after finishing a project? It's highly advisable to audit the project once it is completed and compare the expectations to the outcomes. Then identify the steps an individual is responsible for the merits and shortcomings of the completed goal so as to reflect and implement improvements for future work. This is exactly what Mike and I are planning to do once I get my results from this exam. Just a couple of parallel grammar there. All right. I'm also showing you some vocabulary here for this idea. So the word audit was very good. Rajveer, nice job on that. Okay. Expectations, outcomes as nouns. Those are some nice words. If there are some new words here for you, make sure to write them down in your vocabulary book. Okay. Merits, shortcomings. That's some nice vocabulary there. Implement means to apply. Keep that word in mind also. And again, link your answer to your part 2 whenever possible. Okay? All right. So, here is the next question coming up, students. How has technology helped people and companies manage their projects more efficiently? Okay. Oftentimes there will be questions regarding technology as we live in the technological and information age. So how has technology helped people and companies manage their projects more efficiently? Let's see what you have. Okay. Flower Sun says, with the help of technology, the project is more attractive and people save time. We can share, just a sec, Flower Sun. I'll come back to your, we can share the project with every member in the team so everyone can give their opinion and get the project to the next level. I have some clarity, Flower Sun, of what you're saying, but what kind of technology are you talking about here? Like the internet, using software like Google Meet? So give me some details here, okay? Name the technology that you're referring to. Okay. Ferdov says, advancements in technology have transformed management activities on projects for better quality. There are many apps to help individuals create or make efficient decisions through pattern systems. Like what? Okay, be specific, ladies and gents. Remember, the examiner is your grandpa. They don't know what you know, so be specific. Amrit Bogan says, technology has helped in numerous ways through modern gadgets like projectors, introducing media. It is much more efficient than before to present work on just PowerPoint slides. Okay, Amrit, PowerPoint is also a modern piece of technology, so a little bit confusing. Onisim says, technological advancements significantly enhance the efficiency during the management of business, as offering patrons the possibility to store company data and make real-time analysis. All right. A little bit of clarity there. Violet Newen says, these days, people usually use technology to make slides or see people in their group do their work. For example, last time I was in a group which had 5 people in it, but there were only 3 of us present. Ooh, 2 people were MIA, missing in action, right? Pooja Gurung says, technology has helped immensely for projects to be successful, like using computers for doing presentations and surfing the net in order to search for project-related information. Very nice, Pooja. That is the type of answer that most people, I think, would think of. Rajveer Singh says, technology has revolutionized the way organizations manage their projects. Engineers use graphical tools like CorelDRAW to create blueprints of their projects and map milestones of completed work. Yeah, very good, Rajveer. Very, very good. Okay. So, technology has helped or has assisted both individuals and businesses immensely. To organize and complete their projects with greater efficiency. Both the advent of new hardware, like small, powerful laptops, and software like Lead Square have enabled organizations to research, communicate, and deliver ideas with exceptional speed and accuracy. At times, I met with Mike for our sessions online through Skype. This helped us keep our project on track. All right. Lengthy answer, but all of it is relevant, and so the examiner will let you complete this kind of an answer, especially if you're fluent. Because you're on track, okay? As long as you stay with the answer, the correct answer, you will definitely have ample time to complete. You need to be fluent. So repeat after me and notice how it's present perfect. So we reflect the present perfect in the answer. How has technology helped people and companies manage their project more efficiently? Technology has assisted both individuals and business immensely to organize and complete their projects with greater efficiency. Both the advent of new hardware, like small, powerful laptops, and software, like Lead Square, have enabled organizations to research, communicate, and deliver ideas with exceptional speed and accuracy. At times, I met with Mike for our sessions online through Skype. This helped us keep our project on track. All right, so that is your clear high band answer. Again, I'm always reminding you to link your answers. Okay? All right, next question. Is technology always helpful? Now, obviously here we're asking about, is technology always helpful in project management? Okay. Give me a nice full sentence answer for that one. Now this is where you can use a leading expression like, that's an interesting question. Because it is an interesting question, right? So, that's an interesting question. Please allow me a moment to think. Okay, that's where you might need to consider that question. Charlie Sen says, no, not necessarily. Completing a project will be difficult for a non-tech savvy person. I remember during my master's, all my PowerPoint slides of my projects are on my laptop, but due to a virus, I had to format it. Ooh, I hope that didn't really happen. So relying on technology can also be bad if that technology suddenly stops working, right, Charlie? That's what you're saying. Juna says, sometimes misuse of technology can generate negative results, but most of the time, technological development is helping numerous people all around the globe do their day-to-day projects. Say with projects, Juna, not tasks. Okay. All right. Mahak Ali says, technology does not always help us. People can misuse it also, which leads to negative outcomes. Like what, Mahek? Give me an example. Pooza says, yes, technology acts as a boom for the project, since without technology, completion of the project is meaningless, and it also serves as the backbone of allocating tasks. Possibly. Kevin Bowie says, as useful as technology can assist us in streamlining our projects, it can sometimes be hazardous in the sense that hackers from rival companies may attack these systems and steal valuable information. Quite possible, Kevin, quite possible. I like your answer. It's a good answer. Donator says, I don't think it's always helpful. In my mind, it has countless advantages, but for example, my Skype conversations with Mike were not efficient as face-to-face meetings help me learn more. Okay, Donator, not bad. Amrit says, technology is not always helpful because sometimes troubleshooting happens. Like when I was delivering my culture presentation, the computer stopped working, which resulted in a lower assignment grade. Yeah. Okay. So, that's an interesting question. Please allow me a moment to think. Although technology certainly helps most of the time, I do believe that an over-reliance on computers have decreased many people's creative aptitude, which leads to less imaginative results. It's no wonder that the greatest inventions belong to the previous generation that predates computer aid, like the television, airplane, and train or automobile. Okay. All right, so that's kind of my answer there. I'm getting a little carried away, but I thought I'd have fun with this one. One of my worries is that as we rely more on technology to do the steps that we used to do with our brains in the past, we get less and less creative. So is technology always helpful? That's an interesting question. Please allow me a moment to think. Although technology certainly helps most of the time, I do believe that an over-reliance on computers have decreased many people's creative aptitude, which leads to less imaginative results. It's no wonder that the greatest inventions and projects belong to the previous generation that predates computer aid, like the television, airplane, and the automobile. All right. People's showing possession with the apostrophe. And projects. Stay on target. Okay, so if you're doing a great job, the examiner will then introduce another topic to you. Let's talk about working with others. And then they'll have a set of questions like this. Why is it a good idea to work together with other people on difficult assignments? When can this be a problem instead of a benefit? What are good ways to create effective teamwork? Which of these is the most important and why? Those last two questions and their follow-up questions I will leave for you to do for homework. Record it on your phone, send it to me by email, and I will gladly give you an estimate of your answer and your speaking. My email is Adrian, Adrian, at aehelp.com. So I look forward to receiving those and giving you a band score estimate. In the meantime, definitely check out and join our premium packages at aehelp.com for academic IELTS. And for general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. Both of those websites have loads of materials to help you quickly and effectively improve your IELTS band scores. It's important that you do the work on those websites. You can also download and link the apps, Academic IELTS Help and General IELTS Help, to those websites for further help. You're very welcome, Preeti. I hope everybody took some good strategies, tips from this class. Also, some new vocabulary maybe to learn over the next few days. I am away tomorrow and on Tuesday as usual, but I will be back on Wednesday with speaking part 1 at this time. So make sure to join the live IELTS streaming class on Wednesday, the 12th, if I'm not mistaken. Tamir Khan, you're welcome. Carolina, wonderful to have you in my class as always. Bye for now. Much love from Budapest.